Good morning. Thanks again for joining me for devotions. I hope that you're having a good week. Our reading for today, this Thursday, is Mark chapter 5, beginning in verse 1. So they came to the other side of the sea, to the country of the Gerasenes. And when Jesus had stepped out of the boat, immediately a man out of the tombs with an unclean spirit met him. He lived among the tombs, and no one could restrain him any more, even with a chain, for he had often been restrained with shackles and chains. But the chains he wrenched apart, and the shackles he broke in pieces, and no one had the strength to subdue him. Night and day among the tombs and on the mountains he was always howling and bruising himself with stones. When he saw Jesus from a distance, he ran and bowed down before him, and he shouted at the top of his voice, "What have you to do with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I adjure you by God, do not torment me." For Jesus had said to him, "Come out of the man, you unclean spirit." Then Jesus asked him, "What is your name?" He replied, "My name is Legion, for we are many." He begged him earnestly not to send them out of the country. Now there on the hillside a great herd of swine was feeding, and the unclean spirits begged him, "Send us into the swine, let us enter them." So he gave them permission, and the unclean spirits came out and entered the swine, and the herd, numbering about 2,000, rushed down the steep bank into the sea, and were drowned in the sea. Now this is a strange story, although I will say that popular media loves this story. They love the idea of demons inhabiting people, and particularly of Legion, we are many. That line appears, I think, in so many movies and TV shows. We love the idea of so many evil spirits being able to reside in one person, and the depths of that evil just grasps our imagination as a society in ways that I wouldn't have normally guessed. And it's so strange, this whole cosmology of Jesus needing to give permission for unclean spirits to move between bodies. And what are these spirits? Where did they come from? Where are they going? Where have they been residing before the man with the unclean spirit was born? So many questions that we might rightfully ask of this story, because it doesn't make sense to our modern minds. And again, the theme of this week is there's so much more to learn. There's more research to do. There's more study that is available to you. One good way to do that is to get yourself a good Bible like this one. This is the HarperCollins Study Bible, a New Revised Standard Version. And it includes in it descriptions at the bottom of what commentators might think about some of these different passages, some basic ideas. I'm also happy to recommend you commentaries, which are very scholarly at times, and other Bible studies that you might find interesting to read, that might take you through a particular book, like the book of Mark, and help you understand more about what's happening in a story like this. What's the cultural background to something like this that is so far from our 21st century American context? What I do take away from this today, though, is that Jesus is a person of compassion. And compassion to the person with the unclean spirits, compassion even to the unclean spirits themselves. Jesus is working for healing in ways that the world cannot solve. And today I see Jesus working through so many people to provide healing. Our capacity to heal and treat and provide care and compassion for others so far exceeds the abilities that people had when Jesus roamed the earth in a physical form that it just seems miraculous to me that God would allow us to make these kinds of advances. I see those miracles every day. We're able to treat people like this man with an unclean spirit because God has given us the grace to be able to do so. And I'm grateful for that. Would you join me in prayer? Jesus, you who call us to alternative disciplines for the sake of an alternative world. We give thanks for our particular gifts and pray that we may use those gifts for the sake of our entire neighborhood. Amen. Have a blessed day.